Hello teacher, my name is Vanessa Tapia and today I'm going to talk about the final task fair that is presenting the main ideas taken from the course. So I'm really grateful because in that assignment I really learned about all the process that as a teacher we need to develop in our career. So in that assignment in the first terms we learned about the teacher development education resource and required. So one of the objects in that assignment was to show the importance about the education. So I have the following reason. So, a teacher qualification. As a teacher, we need to have a bachelor or degree that show our knowledge as a teacher. At the same time, have an experience that complete our development. So I consider that the teacher qualifications means that that we need of course to have that bachelor or have a degree for to represent our knowledge, our competence in the area. So for that reason, in that moment of the university and of course the schools need that the teacher have a bachelor, because for that bachelor do you express that you have an experience and that do you have a knowledge that permitted to develop in and have a new methods or new process and to continue to help the student. So I think that that's the idea to the teacher qualification. Writing for professional development. With the purpose to create new method, strategy, and develop all the process in the education, it's important as a teacher have the competence and the experience to help to build new process and permit to get a higher education, as at the same time that the teachers also trying to have to grow up. For me, it's very important the last part that I mentioned, that is teacher also training for help to grow up. So I consider that as a teacher, we need to continue learning, to continue studying. So that's the idea, because as you have more knowledge, do you have to contribute new method, new strategy that help to the education to continue the process and have a good level and a high level. So as a professional or as a writer, we have to transmit a good idea into which you have to develop all that needed that the student have. For example, in a school, if you know all the students have a difficult to learn English or to understand, for example, different kind of skills like listening skill, writing skill, speaking skill. So have a motivation, have a different strategy, help to that it maybe be so easy in the moment that you try to organize and try to teach in that area. So writing professional development help to continue practice and to continue study for get a new method and get a new strategy to develop in that kind of process. Teacher development for bilingual education in Colombia. So, one of the objects and purpose that we have is making a bilingual education. For that reason, we are working in promote a method and a pedagogical process which help to have a high level. Do you know that in Colombia we need that the student have a high level? So for that reason, I consider that the education in Colombia have to continue keeping the purpose to have a bilingual education, because that's the reason that we have to transmit to the students the importance that they have to continue study English, to continue learn English. So we know that state of the school and state of our personal life, we have a social life and a work area that in that moment is given to have that kind of competence. So as a teachers, we needed to transmit that kind of importances and to develop and to learn English. So all the institutes, and I believe that all the schools have that intention, in that their students have a good level in English. So as a teacher, I think that we needed to work in that and needed to have good ideas and a good projects to show to that kind of process. Another point or another lessons that I learned was that the contribution of research to teacher development. And as I told you, all that kind of process that I have in teacher development is to know about all of that contribution, is to know of that development that as a teacher we needed. And of course, as different university or schools have to have a good education. So in that part of that assignment, we have some contributions or some research that as a teacher we are going to develop. For example, having to need a new project and contributions in education, there are much methods in which we can see that we have improved the conditions and the level. So one of that research is about to stimulate the motivations. That is so important. I consider that kind of method or the contribution that we bring have that idea to stimulate the motivations in the student and at the same time in the teacher, because we can work so good and we can work with different tools that we know that help to the process. So for example, in that times we have that kind of contributions that I believe that is helping a lot into that in that process. So for example, communicative language teaching, CLT, is one of the methods that is recognized and that in that moment is using, because permitted that we get of that knowledge in different skills like speaking skill, listening skill, writing skill, reading skill, and try to get all of them and try to develop and have different activity, different methods that we have to develop in a class. Another is the whole language. The last is the cooperative language learning and community language learning. All of that method have the same purpose and is to develop and to help in the process of pedagogical education. So teachers, I'm so happy and to be into study about that assignment and develop, and of course to learn all about all of the process that as a teacher we need to have, and of course that we need to continue study and continue develop of that kind of things that I'm showing you. So teachers, so thank you for all, and I'm really grateful to know all about teacher development. So thank you for all, and bye bye.